thing. So I think for me, what I really like pushing back against is that sort of mental fight that women are now talking about abortion. Even when I started this campaign properly, like a year and a half ago when we were campaigning, I even found it hard to say that word to campaigners, abortion. I felt like it was a dirty word, and that I internalised all this misogyny essentially, and that this campaign, and for myself, my own journey, and definitely the country, the fact that now that women have been able to blow the lid off the shame the church and the conservatives and the right wing have been trying to put on women for so long. And I think you can see the same shimmer of that in Me Too as well, and how sexual assault, sexual harassment and rape and these sort of issues have been shrouded in secrecy, and often the perpetrators get away with it as a result of that. So I think it's a massively powerful thing to be able to not just repeal the eighth, not just have a country that will eventually have free, safe, legal access here, but a country that is talking loudly and talking proudly about women's issues, and women's voices are at the fore of that. So that for me is a real powerful thing, the fact that we were able to overcome that battle in our own minds as well that had been going on, I suppose, for centuries in this country.
There will be a lot of emotions. Emotions are running high. You know, we had our last canvas in town last night, and this is our last stall. I'm just like, oh, it's so positive right now. It's really great. It's really coming together, and we're at that stage where we're working together really well. And it's like now it's just all finishing and it's coming to a close. But the thing is there's still so much work to be done after this campaign. Like, oh God, I'm actually teary. Maternal care, reproductive rights of women, it's just like we had the cervical smear scandal. I mean, there's so many issues in Ireland that just shows where we're not. See, you got me emotional, thanks. There's so many issues that need to be addressed and fully going on further from this, that this is actually like it's holding the government accountable, and it's holding our health service accountable, and it's holding our ministers accountable, our politicians, our local elected representatives, and I think it's actually really pulling the veil off of I think the relics of institutions that were extremely oppressive towards women and children, and still continue to be so through structural violence, and we've just taken them for granted because we are actually living in shadow of the Catholic Church and a very conservative government, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be tumultuous, I will say that. We've had a great unified campaign, and I think now what we're going to see is that the sort of most radical, free, safe, legal, because that's radical in this country, that I hope those voices will unite now and make sure that we actually get those demands, that it is free, safe, legal. I think we'll get a yes vote on Saturday. I hope it's a good yes, and I think that will determine how much we can push the legislation in the right way. I think after this, it's about separating church and state is next. The Catholic Church still own 90% of the primary schools here, although they're state funded, so that has to change.
I voted no today to support womanhood and femininity. I think there's a huge pressure on women to be less than themselves in society today. I don't trust our politicians. They haven't looked after us on the cervical scare and the smear tests. So I don't see why we should empower them to make decisions on the future of our generations going forward, on the life and death of our children.
I voted yes.
Why is that?
Because I don't think it's my decision to choose whether someone else should have an abortion, to be honest with you.
I voted yes because I think that the Constitution needs to be amended to remove the eighth so that women have access to fair health care during pregnancy and the choice to govern their own bodies.
I vote yes.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I'm pro-choice.
Yeah, there's not enough being done medically anyway for women as it is in this country, so a little bit more to help should go a long way, hopefully. We'll know when the votes are out.
Yeah, hopefully it goes our way.
I voted for no to repealing the 8th Amendment because I believe that every unborn child deserves to live. That's it.
Well, I voted yes, and for, well, it seems to me very obvious reasons. Like, I don't think we should be exporting a problem. The Irish solution to an Irish problem, exporting it to the UK. Like, we should look after the people who need abortions here at home.